Welcome back, I'm GamerMage0, and this episode we will be finishing the tiers 3 and 4, and finally get to launch the space elevator again. So, last two episodes we've been doing a lot of handcrafting, trying to set up automation, which required us to craft a lot more by hand. Of course, there's the monster of the sea. Anyway, sorry, distracted. The reinforced iron plates are coming out at a much better rate over here than they were over on the other side of our factory. So let's grab what we have in here. We have 34, so we have a total 38 frames. Let's see if I make it. There we go. And then let's see if the other section still has enough frames now. 16. We'll see. Alright, we should be getting really close to being able to launch this thing. 444. I don't think we're quite there. Two more. Alright, that's it. That should be coming out pretty quickly between both of these things. Oops. Jumped off there. And 2. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to launch the space elevator. I am so glad to be done with all that handcrafting we did. Alright. Let's launch it in. Load it. Seal it. And send it. There we go. That's so awesome to watch that thing launch. Alright, so tiers 3 and 4 unlocked. Now let's go take a look. This is really going to be able to kick up our game, and we're going to be able to really get into a lot more. We haven't done a lot of exploring lately, and that's something else I want to do, but there's some things that I would like to get before we get to that point. We had a few things not explored here, so we have tiers 4, 5, and 6. I didn't expect to have 4, 5, and 6 unlocked. Or maybe it was 5 and 6 we were waiting for. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Logistics. We didn't do the Mk3 stuff. Now tiers 5. Oil processing. Here we go. That's going to really kick up what we can do for automating power. Industrial manufacturing. We got a truck, the computer, and the manufacturer. Manufacturer is like the assembler and like the constructor, only it can do up to 3. It can do 3 or 4 materials and combine them into one thing. And for the computer, you're going to need all 4 of them. And then tier 6 we have expanded power, so fuel generation, Mk4 belt, and the jetpack. That's going to be awesome. Plus the gas mask. That's going to be really helpful for all the gas areas that we have around here. In fact, in this location specifically, we have a few blocks up and where we can go unless we get the mask. You can't get the gas mask without the oil processing though. So that's probably going to be the first one I get, but now the only question is, do I need anything to get to that point? Probably want to get the Mk3s. The Mk3s are really going to be helpful. The conveyor belt Mk3s. The storage container, I feel like you can just stack up the other storage containers and you can make do with what you have. It's nice to have when you need it, and I'll use them, but that one's not going to really be a game changer. It's the Mk3 that's really going to be that game changer. Let's do this, and then we'll move on to the next one. I really don't need these anymore. I don't know why I haven't gotten rid of these yet. Here we go. And we'll go ahead and store those. Don't need the limestone. Those, we'll keep everything else on us though. Alright. Now the frames. I'm not sure if I want to just convert all the frames still, or if I want to actually just get all the reinforced iron plates. I think what would be good is to probably leave this continuing to make the modular frames, and then we can take this assembler down over here, since we won't need the modular frames as much, and actually just start storing those reinforced iron plates. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We won't need those bars anymore. So now the iron plates will just store up in this container here. Alright, now we'll need some motors, so let's go grab some motors. We'll need a bunch of copper, and yes, I know we need 25 of the iron frames. That shouldn't take us too long to do. Alright, we got 50 motors already. And then, let's see. So a couple of things is, I'm not sure yet on when I want to do my complete factory redesign. That's going to be something that I'm going to have to do soon here though, because a lot of this is pretty inefficient. And we're going to also want to be able to start going up for our expansions rather than out, and that's going to take a lot of setup. So I will be doing a few episodes on that, but I'd like to get another exploring episode in before we do that. Let's see, we need 300. Let's go grab some more copper. Alright, we have almost 1,000, so we'll grab... We'll need about 2,000. Okay. And then the wire here, we'll grab 2. Load those in. I can't just shift click those in. Okay. And then now we need the frames. So we really only need 15 frames, and I might have enough on me just to make those frames pretty quickly. Actually, there we go. Oh yeah, I can make those really quickly. I just need 15 at the moment. $12, 13, 14, and 15. There we go. Drop those in, and we haven't seen that rocket launch in a little while.
Milestone reached. Logistics have improved by the means of a container with increased storage capacity and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Alright. Now the one thing the MK3 brings to us, and I really kind of blocked off my ramp over here, is that these miners over here are at 120. They're producing 120 ore per minute. Now if we come to our logistics, this only can handle 120 ore per minute. This, however, can handle 270. So that means that now we can actually put in the power shards to actually increase the production on this. I think 2 of them would do pretty nicely, and we get 240 ore per minute, because that would be a 200% gain. That uses a lot more power, of course, but because the ore's here and this is pure, I feel like this is worth it to do. And then now that we have the MK3, we can get the full use of that power shard upgrade, that overclocking essentially. So that's going to be really helpful in the redesigning of our base. Now let's go back to here and find out what we want to do. I think that's what we'll do, is that I want to get the oil going before I really redesign the base. And in order to do that, let's see, and I would like to get the power going, but I believe fuel generators, they're going to need computers for me to unlock this, so I'm going to have to unlock oil processing first anyways. So we'll do what we can without doing any oil processing, or sorry, we'll do what we can before getting to the fuel generator with the coal power. And we'll do a couple of exploring videos to find oil, and that way we can put the oil pump up, get some fuel going, because we'll need that to get this going, and that'll really up our production. And we'll need to get this going before we can even unlock, because we'll need the computer. Let's see, is there anything else we need? Jump pads, I don't know if we need yet. We'll unlock that one if we need it. We'll need the conveyor walls soon. Let's go ahead and unlock that. That one can be unlocked as soon as the spaceship gets back, the rocket. Alright, just wanted to see what we have in here. Xeno Basher. Let's see, I think it's really all we want. I might produce, I'm gonna create a couple of beacons while I'm thinking about it. That way when we go out exploring, we do have what we need. Actually, let's go ahead and get this going into an exploration video. That would be... No, I gotta still prep for it. I've got to be able to actually unlock oil processing before I can actually search for oil. Okay, let's just start prepping for it by actually adding in all the materials. So I'll skip that other one I was going for. Let's get 50 more motors, 2,500 of the wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get some more cable. 1, 2, 3 for 300. And can't get through there. We should be able to get that one unlocked by the end of the video here, and then next video we can finally do some exploration. That'd be nice to get that change of pace in there. 30. This is really not doing too bad. We're getting motors at a much better rate than we're getting the frames at. Let's see how many frames we have now. 42. That is actually not too bad either. This is a much better system that we have over here than what we had before on the other side. So now that'll just produce those reinforced iron plates, and that's the thing about the MK3. No, MK2 needs the iron plates, and then the MK3 needs the steel beams. Don't know why I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. Alright, we'll come back and check on that in a moment here, but let's gather some steel beams. I know we're making the encased industrial beams. I might want to power that off for a little bit so we can get some of the regular beams, but the encased industrial beams are going to be what you build your MK4s out of. Oh, looks like this is already full up. Okay, awesome. We'll leave that alone then. Oh, wow. Okay, we have more than enough of this that we're going to be able to get any of the MK3s going. Like, we could build a huge conveyor belt out of... for the MK3 conveyor belt, we could build one longer than what we have going to our coal. Alright. And I'm stuck again. There we go. One of the reasons why I want to redesign the base. Because I keep getting stuck on the constructors. Alright, let's dump what we have in. Oh, another 6 minutes. Oh, let's go check on Lizard Doggo real quick. Built his cage over here in the last episode, or the second to last episode, not sure which. Kind of did those back to back, so the whole thing kind of blends together. Alright. Hey, Duggo. And he found more limestone. You should be ashamed of yourself. No limestone. Alright, let's see. And I don't have any room for it anyway, so... Oh well. Alright, let's check on our production, see how this is going. Do we need to expand it at all? Looks like these are going pretty much full blast. I'm just looking at how much material stocked up here to see that, because if we were using more than this, this would be at 0 and we'd be waiting for production. Of course, that also depends on what we take from over here too. Could back up like this here, and which is why those are going full production, because we don't need all the material. Alright, let's check on the motors. And now we have 50 of them, so that'll work. Alright. Alright, let's start planning ahead then. What are we gonna need? We have enough to finish this out, except for the frames, so we'll go back and grab the frames. What else are we going to want? Jump pads, we wanted the walls. Let's take a look at the MAM. Oh, mycelium is complete.
This type of mycelia has strong healing properties. R&D has created a blueprint you can access in Hub Tier 3.
Awesome. Alright, so now we can... If we still have to do the research for the fabric. The fabric was in the Tier 2 or the Tier 1? Tier 1. And so we have to create some fabric. Excuse me. You have to put in some biomass and some fabric. Oh no, you just put in the materials down here. You get fabric and then you can create biomass out of the mycelium, is what it is. Alright. How much longer we got? About 2 minutes. Let's go get the frames that we need. Awesome. Now we have 50 frames. Alright, I don't need all this concrete on me at the moment. See, I want to start thinking about the trip that we're going to take here soon. See, do I have any mycelium on me? Maybe in the thing over here. Yeah, we have 39. Let's go ahead and craft that into fabric. Do I not have fabric yet? Oh, that's right. Over here, I unlock fabric with this stuff down here. Alright, so we got about a minute and a few seconds left to unlock that. This one, I can't remember how long the Tier 1 takes, but it doesn't take that long, so I might do this one first. That way we can work on that one while we're working on getting Tier 5. Or that way I can start setting up for Tier 5 while it's completing out. And then that should be done by the end of the video. And then we can get the materials prepping for what we want on our trip, which will be pretty good. I've got the Xenobasher that's going to let me go a lot farther than last time we went exploring. Let's see. We do have the tractor, so we could take the tractor with us if we want to do some exploring with that, but I feel like it can sometimes limit us, but sometimes it can help us out too, because then we can get past areas with some creatures that we couldn't get past before. Like where we might maybe have to stop and fight or run away, we can get there on the tractor, or just run through on the tractor, so we'll probably try that out. Alright, here we go. So let's go ahead and actually select that fabric. Bars, copper, alright. Alright, so that one didn't even need to launch the fabric. I think a lot of the materials from, or a lot of the research from the MAM doesn't need you to actually wait for the rocket. Alright, there we go. That one's going to take 12 minutes.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. Caution, this is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Alright, we need some leaves for fabric and the mycelium. And then I don't want to create mycelium into biomass at all, so we'll just do that. Alright, fabric. We have 10 of it, so we can just research this. And we should probably keep up on this one. I could have been doing a lot more research in the MAM than I have been doing. I want those conveyor walls as well, but we can wait on those ones. Jump pads. Ooh, medical inhaler. That's going to be a good one. That uses the mycelium, the bacon, the barrel nuts, and the berries in order to create. And then the medical inhaler heals your health fully in one shot. So that's pretty nice. It gives you more health per, like even if you put all the items together. Like for example, the bacon only heals you like, it says 2 health segments. Barrel nuts heal you by half a health segment. Berries I think are 1 full health segment, and then you can't really use mycelium to increase it, so that's really just 3.5. And if you look at the health, so 3.5 is here, and we have 3.5. So basically the medical inhaler gives us about 4 times that with the same amount of items. So that's really useful. Alright, so we can go ahead and actually start getting ready for the trip. We can actually already should be able to look at crude oil. Can kind of get an idea of where it is now. This one usually takes a while. Over here. Okay, so that way there's 3. Huh, that's going to be going around that mountain area. So yeah, let's see what it would take to create the tractor. We'll put that over here. Oh, I have 5 of those beacons. Let's see, let's create a couple more. And we just need 2 modular frames. That's really not that expensive to create. Interesting. Go get the modular frames here. $39. Alright, I can build a tractor. Let's get this over here somewhere where I can actually get out. Do I want to be on this side or probably over here? Alright, there we go. Tractor built. Now the awesome thing about the tractor is that you can store stuff in it, of course, and then this is where you put the fuel. But also you have a crafting bench built in. That's going to be really nice. So you can put a lot of extra materials over here. Now, one other thing we'll need to do, if we go to production, we have the oil refinery and the pump. So the oil pump, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 3 there. I don't know how many we're actually going to be able to use. I don't feel like that's too expensive. Let's actually go with prepared to create oil pumps for all 3. And even if I don't need to use them all. And then oil refinery we can build back here. That doesn't look too expensive either. The biggest problem with this one's going to be the heavy frames. But we already need like 6 of them. So let's see what it takes to build that. And then we'll be ending this video pretty soon here. I want to get those 6 modular frames created, or the 6 heavy modular frames created. Let's see, we need the steel pipe, so we need 6 heavy modular frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now I'm using the to-do list in a good way. So we'll need more motors, steel pipes. I don't know why I keep trying to go that way. And encased industrial beams, which we have like 100 of those, so that's not going to be a problem. So we'll just take 100 steel pipes. Let's go get some motors, which we have 50 already. Nice. We'll take 100 of encased industrial beams. Awesome. Okay, now we should be able to just go back and craft those 6 heavy modular frames. Oh, and it's perfect. There we go. Now, on that note, we're also going to want to be able to... Oh, I don't know, I'm going that way. I was thinking about going back to the truck. Let's go ahead and get rid of some items that we don't really need. We'll find some more barrels. We don't need that or that. Let's see, I don't really need the encased industrial beams right now. Don't think I need the rotors for anything, or the screws. Everything else might be pretty good to hold on to for the moment. Let's go ahead and go to the truck and unload. I can't get through. There we go. And then I want to build the MK3 conveyor belts from there to here, so we'll put those in there. I don't think we'll need, and just go to the truck anytime I need most of the stuff. I think I want to keep out 100 cable. Let's keep out, actually I think I want more bars. Yeah, it doesn't matter actually. Yeah, let's just, we're going to take a lot with us. I don't want to take so much that we can't bring stuff back. Because you'll always find stuff on a trip, and if you're not using it to find stuff on a trip, you're probably just wasting time. So we're going to go up and grab those steel beams. Oh, that was back here, actually. Just load up. Alright, now I know I'm going to need some rods, and we're going to need some concrete. I have some concrete, but we need the rods and the concrete for those posts on the conveyor belts, like that right there. So we don't want to run out on this trip and run back and forth like we did with the coal. Alright, we might be a little limited on rods right now. Ooh, let's see if... Okay, they're building up over here, cool. Alright, there we go. We have enough rods. Alright, we'll load this up into the vehicle, and then that'll be it for this episode here. Like I said, next episode we will actually be setting out, be finding the oil patches, and then once we're done with that, we'll come back on the building the conveyor belts the whole way through. We'll be doing the MK3s. Probably right before I head off, I'll send off another pod with something in it. We'll see how that works out. So thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. And for anybody that wants the notifications, make sure to hit the notifications bell. Thank you very much again for watching. Have a great day.